veer right once we can.
Right.
And continue on down and go all the way to under 75. Right on wagon wheel. Which way now? No problem.
Straight shot.
Let's
Straight
ride
shot,
controlled, like endurance,
Yeah, I'm not.
not racing.
Everybody's name. David,
Brad.
Marshall, Bob,
Steve.
Grace.
One.
One.
William.
William.
One.
Hey.
Sorry,
One.
Which one?
Yeah, 4 ones.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have a question for you. Do you think that we have nice gravel roads in Naples, Florida? Do you think that we can gravel in Naples, Florida? And I have the answer. Yes, we do. We have such a nice routes that we can do in Naples, Florida. And I'm going to show you a little bit of this one. Juan, Tony, William, and I decided to do a Sunday gravel ride instead of a regular road ride that we do, or the group ride that we do. So we were fortunate enough to find that Naples Cyclists Finest were here to do the group ride as well. Their goal was to do like around 70 miles, and they were gonna have breakfast and come back. It's gonna be an epic ride, but we didn't have that in mind. We were supposed to do less miles. We got things to do, so we're aiming for like around 50 miles. We ended doing 54, but it was really nice to see them in the morning, and we did like 3 miles with them, and then we take a different path. But I'm gonna show you this beautiful gravel road that we have here. This is on 29th. This is Everglades Forest. We got the Everglades in our backyard, guys, and this is what we find this, and this is what we train for the gravel races that we used to don't care, and now we are really into it. But this is a really nice place in Naples, and it's not the only one. We have the Picayune Forest, which also have a couple of really nice sections of gravel, and other ones that are really challenged to go around because of the water and the holes and rocks and everything. As the same thing as a road, we have no hills, no bridges, nothing. It's just a flat gravel. This was today, Sunday. This was February 9th of 2025. 7 a.m. in the morning we arrived, and I think that we left like around 7:30 the parking lot, and we're doing a really nice steady pace. Gravel is not like a road ride that we hammer it down as soon as we got like a little warm up. In gravel, it's more like enjoying the view, and it's more friendly unless you're training for something specific, like my buddy Osmay and Oti, that they did 24 hours of gravel riding, 317 miles in 24 hours. Crazy guys. They're getting ready for Unbound 350. Not me. But yeah, this is going back to the original question. Do we have gravel places to ride in Naples, Florida? Yes, and they are amazing. You can go inside this forest here, Everglades, and you can take different paths. Um, they're all beautiful. They all take you to some place. There are some places more challenging than others as well, like in Picayune Forest. There are places where you can change from a little of gravel to kind of like a mountain bike, but they also have campgrounds. You got people that have four-wheelers and 4x4s, and they ride here as well, but they're really nice people. They see us and they pull to the side and let us pass, and that's something that you're gonna see in the video in a little bit. But this is the 3 miles from where we park. This place we have to there is a gate that is always closed because they don't want any animals to go outside. They're preventing animals to go to the road. But you open the gates, you park, and then you got all these beautiful 3 miles of gravel, pretty easy gravel, nothing to concern about. And then you have a choice. You have a left turn. That's what we're gonna get after these 3 miles. And after you make that left turn, you have 7 miles of beautiful gravel all the way to a turnaround, and then you got those 7 miles back. When you get back to this point where we're gonna separate from the Naples cyclists group, then you take the other side, you take south, and then you have all the miles that you want. You can do as much as you want. What we do is we ride the bikes until we got 25 miles in, and then we ride back, and that makes us like around 50 miles. But if you want to explore more, if you have the time to explore more, there is a lot of really nice gravel sections here. So I would encourage you that if you are in the area or if you want to explore the Everglades, come and check this out, because I have been doing gravel races since the end of last year, and I have seen a couple of places, and this is something that I want to talk to the guys that are doing the series now, going riding. I'm gonna ask them if they have any interest in see how they can communicate with whoever is in charge of this. Maybe we can do a race here in Naples, a gravel race on this area, which is gonna be awesome. So we got Tony at the front, and we're just trying to stay in the back because we don't want to interfere with the group when we get to that corner where they're gonna take a right and we're gonna take a left. But we got William next to me training for the next gravel race. He already won his first one, so he's really motivated, and he wants to win the second one, guys. He wants to win another gravel race, and the way he's training, he's pretty committed. He's committed to the training. He's not missing training, and I just gonna say this because it happens to me. You can train as much as you want. If you don't combine training with other disciplines like eating better, sleeping more, getting more rest, and feeling fresh, then you're losing value time on your training and everything, because just training is not going to get you to the point that you want to be. You have to combine with rest, and you have to combine with eating healthy, because all that together, that's what makes a difference. My wife bought me one of the things, what's it called, the wash. It would tell you how you sleep and all the stuff, and all the young people now has it, and maybe she want me to to have it as well and see how. Let me tell you, I was super surprised that my resting is not even close for what I think it was. And after I have been paying attention to my resting, and I have been trying to sleep a little early, get more time of resting, I have been feeling stronger in the bike. And that was something that I was not paying attention before at all. I been riding and racing for a lot of years, and I started when there was a heart rate, and people used to tell you 150, get your heart rate to 150, that's a training heart rate. And that was like for everyone, not for a specific person. Like, what about if my heart rate is lower? What about if I'm one of those persons that 150 is just on my warm-up? People has different heart rate, but when I start racing, that's what it was. Get your heart rate to 150 and keep it there. That's how you getting better. That's a training heart rate right there. That's what you need to keep. Now we have all these things like power meter, heart rate, and a lot of more things. So being able to know how is your resting and your sleeping time will help a lot. So you can find different ways to check that, but if you can check how you're sleeping and how you're eating, rest a little more in between, you're gonna be surprised how much you're gonna improve, especially if you're looking for getting a better FTP. Alright, getting back to the ride here on the left, blue bike, that's Greg Pelican. He's a co-owner and manager from Naples Cyclery store, and they just make a contract with Factor bikes. That's one of the bikes that they're gonna sell in the store now, and that bike that he's riding right now is a Factor. He I think he always ride like a 58, if I'm not mistaken, 56, 58. He's like a large frame, and he was telling me that bike was around 18 pounds, and that bike looked amazing. That Factor bike looks amazing. I saw it on the video. I have been watching some YouTube videos about the bikes, and that's one of the top bikes in my opinion right now for the gravel bikes. And seeing it in person really impressed me. Even though that right now the ones that I really like is the Checkmate, although I heard that it's a tire limit on that bike, and so that's a boomer. Since now we all thinking in putting like a super thick tires. I think that in a couple of years we're gonna ride with tractor tires, because that's what everything is going. From 23s, tubulars, where we were putting I remember that I rode one time in a race with 170 psi's on my tubular. That was a 23 by 700, and now we're riding 30s, 32s at 50 psi's, and I don't know. At that time, that tire was super fast, and those psi's was what we needed. Even if we were taking corners, 150, 140 psi's. Now we're talking about 50 psi's, 60 psi's, and everything is changing. Same with the gravel bikes. The persons that bought the first edition of gravel bikes, 38s, 42s is the maximum. So now we're getting to the corner. This is a little confusion here. This is not the corner. This is just a house, but it's just right there. So 3 miles in, we're getting to the corner where the first where we're gonna get separate, and that corner right here, you can see in the camera, it was a little fog in the morning, and so the guys are leaving for the breakfast. See you later, guys. And we're coming to the left here. That was our plan. we were gonna do 50 miles, so we keep it with the plan. And I'm gonna give you a couple of clips here and there so you can see how beautiful this area is. If you're around, if you're close by, come and do this route. You're gonna like it. So now we're going to another section. This section over here is a road. This is coming from that beautiful area where we were, in between the woods and lakes and alligators and all the stuff. And now we are in an open road that is going parallel to 29th, and it goes all the way to past 75, under 75, and it goes all the way to 41. Which, if you want to go to 41 by Everglades City, you're gonna have to go out and then take a little of the road. But that's where the guys were going. They were going to have breakfast at Everglades City, and this road is open. Sometimes you get cars on this road, and if it's a little dusty, it's not the perfect scenario. That's why we kind of like do 2 loops inside in between the woods, because it's more like quiet and private. And also this road has a little bumpy areas, but this is good training right here. This is where we train. This is where we do our secret training, so don't tell anyone, because it's bumpy, it's open. We got wind. We have a lot of like holes that we have to and I'm watching right now because I think that these guys are gonna attack, and they're doing some efforts right here. And I'm just sitting because today my training row was telling me to do 2 hours in zone 2, so yay, I was super happy. But the guys were doing some effort. So, and this is one thing in gravel that if you haven't noticed, if you haven't go to a race in gravel or something, if you planning to do a race, and Mike, if you're watching this video, congratulations. I thought you got 4th on your second gravel race, and this is something that I want you to pay attention. Look at the guys over there. They put an effort, and I'm going a little faster than I'm supposed to, because I don't want them to drop me like a potato right now. And I know that they're just doing for 30 seconds effort, or maybe 45 seconds effort. But when you are in a gravel race and people put an effort like this, you have to be able to respond, because if you don't respond to that effort and they start working together, it's so hard to close a gap in a gravel race. So hard. You need to have a group that is willing to help you, or willing to sacrifice themselves as you, to be able to close a gap. So I know that you're aiming to that podium. You're gonna get it pretty soon, Mike. So if you see something like that happen on your next gravel race, jump and see what the outcomes come, because that's how you can lose a couple of wheels. I see it. It's completely different in a road race, where you got a bunch of people, and you can make your pull and then wait like 15 people to pass by and then recover, and by that time you're ready to jump again. But not in gravel. The selection made in a gravel race is pretty early in the race, and usually it stays. So that's my 2 cents for you, Mike. I know that you watch the videos, and I know that you're ready, and having a 4th place. You missed that podium for 1 place, but I know that on the next one you're gonna get it, man. I'm sure of that. hopefully you like the video so far. You like what you see. I have seen a lot of people coming here in electric bikes, like some kind of like a gravel with assistance, and they're having a lot of fun too because so much terrain to cover that that's another choice, a good choice to come around here and do it, to do a gravel ride. I really like it. Those scenarios, and you see like that person over there was in a mountain bike. But this area is pretty nice, guys. Pretty nice. So now I put my camera on the back. I wanted to see how it looks. Also getting an idea for future racing. I don't know if you noticed there the jeeps. They were in front of us, and they decided to stop because they saw that we were coming, and they were going pretty slow. They just going around and watching the wildlife and everything. So yeah, I'm trying the. I tried that camera in the back, facing back, and it was really. I think that I like the video too. So we got this is like a checkpoint, like I would say. I would say around 20 miles from the start. If you do the loop that we always go left first, and we do 7 miles there. This loop, at 20 miles in, you got a bathroom there that you can. It's open. There is a campground pretty close. One day we went inside and we checked the campground, and it was pretty nice campground, pretty quiet. But that's the entrance of the campground. You have a bathroom there that you can use, and if you wanna take a break there, you have a garbage can that if you need to dump any of the food that you ate and all those leftovers or whatever that you have that you wanna dump, there is a garbage place that you can use there. And that's 20 miles in. What we do is we go outside the main road, and then we come back and do this loop twice, and it's pretty nice. In the morning was a little chilly. And the fog, but now like around 9. This is like around 9:30 a.m. and look how beautiful it is, guys. So we do have. I keep watching my camera from the helmet, but instead of facing forward, facing back, and I kind of like it. I don't know how it's gonna be on a creek race, since we have to like ask for power. When we ask for power, we kind of like look down, and right here I'm more like in a steady up position. So I can have this view, but I don't know how it's going to be on the creek. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if I can put one of the cameras in the front, in the handlebar, and then the other one on the helmet like this, and see how it goes. What's the worst that can happen? So we get into we're gonna lose William in a little bit. He needs to go back earlier today, so he only did like 40 miles. We went and did like 10 more, but that's one of the good options that we have on this ride that we're doing 2 loops. That if someone needs to go early, they can just go on the way back, like William here. Take care, buddy. Yeah, he's leaving for a little early, and we're going for another around 10 miles loop before we get back, and finish with around 50 miles. So it was 54. So then, of course, after a nice 50 miles ride, we're heading back to the parking lot, and you're gonna see now where do we park and how many cars are there. So you're gonna have an idea how many people comes and ride here. So this gate over here, if you have a car, you want to explode it on the car, what I find out is that you have to pay for annual membership for the Everglades Forest, and then you're gonna be able to unlock this gate and drive your car inside. If you got a 4x4 or something you want to drive inside, there is a couple of gates. They all have the same code, but you're gonna have to pay like an annual membership if you wanna pass through the gate. But you are okay if you're gonna do a bicycle ride. So all these cars over here are fellow riders that went for the 70 miles ride, and also another people that are riding by themselves. But this is it, guys. This is one of our beautiful gravel places in Naples, Florida. And that gate over there at the front is the one that needs to remain closed. We open it and close ourselves. So we have to make sure when we go in and out to close it behind us, because that way we don't have any animal going outside the gate and being dangerous by get hit by a car or something, because right there on the road, that's 29th. So if you're coming from I-75, you're gonna have to exit on exit 80. So if you're coming from, let's say, north, you're gonna pass all the exits from Naples, and then on exit 80 you're gonna exit and turn north again, and then you're gonna see this on your right. If you're coming from Miami, exit 80 is the first one that is gonna get you to Naples from the back roads, and also is the one that is gonna get you to this gravel place, which is again on 29th. I didn't have my rack with me, so I put my bicycle inside my car and I went home. I got a amazing day on the saddle. Hopefully you guys did too. See you in the next one.